All right. I mentioned today we kicked off the show because today I introduce our fundraising T-shirt campaign here on CJD. And we've been doing this. Now, this is our fifth year doing this. It all began with a historic Quebec Anglo shirt back in the day. There was a Bonjour Hi shirt, a Welcome to Quebec shirt. And this year it is the M for Montreal shirt. And it's one of those, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So basically, if you've driven in the city or you're a pedestrian in the city, you've come across a situation where you see cones closing off a street. So it's basically that. It's kind of Montreal under construction. Giant M made up of those the bollards, right? And it's got Montreal, the logo underneath it. So you can see it, by the way, at the montrealshirt.com. You can buy it online. And the money we raise from it this year will go, as it has in years past, to Moisson Montréal. Now, if you don't know what Moisson Montréal does, I thought maybe you want to know if you are going to buy a shirt. Or, by the way, there's a cap available this year as well. That's really kind of cool. You want to know where your money goes? We should tell you what's going on, who exactly Moisson Montréal is and does, if you don't know. Mathias Duquet is Director of Philanthropy at Moisson Montréal, and he's on the line. Mathias, thank you for being here. We appreciate it, and I want you to, if you can, I think most people have heard of Moisson Montréal and know what you do, but for those who don't, go ahead and just give us a background. What is it that Moisson Montréal does, and who do they help?
Okay, thanks, Aaron. It's really nice to be on your show. It's actually quite simple. Moisson Montréal, what we do is we recuperate food and we organize its distribution to about 300 community organizations on the island of Montreal. So we are the largest food bank in Canada, and that's really our objective, is to gather as much food as we can and to make it available to the organizations who then in turn distribute that food out to the people that need it.
So, simple explanation. What's not so simple, Mathias, is the fact that we have seen the need now for food banks grow and grow over the years, which has obviously made things even more difficult for a lot of people.
That is quite a challenge. Obviously, we see that food insecurity is on the rise, and also we know that the population in this country is growing. So obviously there's more people, so there's more need, but the wealth distribution also is a bit of a complex factor, which makes it maybe there's a few more people in percentage than before who actually need to go to food banks. We're seeing more students go there. We're seeing more older adults going to food banks. There's a lot of pressure on all the food banks across the country to, I would say, ramp up their operations, because we need to recuperate more food and get more food out there.
And to your point, for people who don't know, when you said you service 300 community organizations across town, that's not across the province, that's in Montreal?
That is just in Montreal, yeah.
That's incredible. First of all, I had no idea there were that many. And second of all, as I said, the need is great. Have you been finding it easier or harder to keep doing this?
Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's harder. Food insecurity is something which touches so many different aspects in our lives. If you look at the 300 organizations that we support by giving them food, they're in all sorts of causes: homelessness, housing crisis, women's shelters, indigenous support, and on and on and on. And the food is really a central part of their operations, which allows them to get into contact with the people that they're trying to help.
Right.
So really, it's central in everything that's going on.
Now, do you typically do fundraising during the course of the year at specific times, or you're just always relying on people to hopefully, if they can, help out? How does it work?
We are fundraising 24/7, That's for sure, especially because the needs are greater, so we need to get more revenues coming in from donations. But obviously, the Christmas period is the strongest period of the year for us. So the fact that you're having us on your show today and that you're doing the T-shirt drive for us, that's a huge help for us.
So explain to people, by the way, now the shirts you go online, as I said, the montrealshirt.com. They're $30. Shipping is free. How will those donations be used with whatever money we raise?
The donations go to fund our operations. And what people need to know is that Moisson Montréal, although we're the largest food bank and we move about 24 million kilos a year worth of food, we are funded almost exclusively by donations. So over 95% of our budget comes from private donations and not from government grants. And the other thing is, for every dollar that Moisson Montréal receives, we're able to get out $15 worth of food into Montreal's communities. So how we get to that number, if you take last year, we had 24 million kilos that we distributed. That is worth about $190 million on the market. our operating budget is somewhere around $12 to $13 million a year. So by spending $12 or $13 million, Moisson Montréal puts out $190 million. Mm-hmm. So every dollar we get, $15 worth of food that we can distribute.
That's maybe the key, right? Every dollar raised, $15 of food going out to help people who perhaps need it now more than ever before. Matthias, keep up the great work for everybody at Moisson Montréal. Glad that we're involved again this year, and I hope we can turn over a significant check when we're all done. Thanks so much.
Thanks for the support, CJD and Aaron, and looking forward to getting the results.
Matthias Duquet over at Moisson Montréal. So for those of you, if you weren't here in the first hour, I mentioned this off the top of the show, the official launch of the T-shirt for this year, the Montreal shirt, M for Montreal, construction season, is online now at themontrealshirt.com, themontrealshirt.com. It comes in white, it comes in black, and for the first year, we've done a hat this year, which our own producer, Brian Kalisar, says is cool. Now, if BK says something is cool, then it's cool, because
you can take it to the bank.
Cool. There you go.
Take it to the bank.
So you have a choice to buy any of them. As I said, shipping is free, so as soon as Canada Post decides to go back to work, your order will be filled. This happened once before, by the way, where Canada Post went on strike, I think a couple of years ago. Everyone eventually got their shirts. It'll be the same this year. Hope it's sooner rather than later. But yeah, listen, I mentioned too, you know what, if you live here, you're going to see this and go, oh yeah, you get it, with construction cones and all that kind of stuff. It's a great gift to send to someone who either used to live here, or if you have a friend somewhere else and say, hey, this is my city, this is our shirt, because this is what Montreal is all about. I gave one, by the way, over the weekend. I ran into Soraya Martinez-Ferrat. I gave her one of the shirts. She posted a photo wearing it as well. And it's hopefully the kind of thing where one day we can say, you know what, look, things are going a whole lot better now. I should give one to Luc Rabouin, just to be fair, I guess. So if he ever comes back, I'll give him a shirt as well. By the way, the other mayoral candidate, to be fair, I guess all of them should get a shirt, right, to be fair. So I'll get one to Craig Sauvé. I'll get one to Gilbert Thibodeau got one this morning. I saw him earlier today. He's running for mayor as well. And that will leave just Jean-François Cacou. So we'll cover all the mayors. You can get one of these shirts for yourself. So please, if you can, go online. You know that your money is helping an extremely worthy cause. It is Moisson Montréal. We're also helping out the Gazette Christmas Fund, too. He said it, too, by the way. Holiday season around Christmas time, the neediest time of the year for so many. That's why we try to do this now, to help those people as we get closer and closer to it. And because a picture is worth 1,000 words, and I don't have a picture, I have a song. So here you go for this year's themontrealshirt.com campaign.
Head to themontrealshirt.com. Score your tea and help someone. It's charity, pride, and inside jokes for neighbors, for friends, for Montreal folk. Wear your city, wear the jest. Show off that Montreal spirit at best. It's cones, it's kindness, and it's fun. TheMontrealShirt.com. Get one for everyone.
Nice job by the CJD singers on that one. So there you go. TheMontrealShirt.com. If you want to help out and raise some money, that's where you want to go do it. TheMontrealShirt.com.
I'm Dylan Playfair.
And I'm Tyler Smith.
We're putting loneliness in the penalty box by talking to some of our favorite athletes about the importance of friendship.
This is Bromance.
Bromance is brought to you by Charm Diamond Centers, proudly Canadian-owned and operated. Charm has been part of your love stories and bromances for over 50 years.
And you can find Bromance on the iHeartRadio network or wherever you get your podcasts.